Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am not here with Geeky Sparkles, but a funny thing happened in the land of the rising sun. The Prime Minister of Japan is condemning Assassin's Creed Shadows over disrespect for a shrine. We're hearing lots of Japanese folks not happy with this game, and I kind of wonder if they're going to ban it over there. Apparently, they had to release a day one patch. That's, not a good thing. Yeah, this is a disaster for Ubisoft. I mean, look, they have got to oversell this game to save themselves, I think, from an impending acquisition by Tencent. And I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's going to happen. Apparently, the numbers aren't great on it either. So we'll take a look at that. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Go out to our Substack, clownfishtv.substack.com. You'll get notified when we upload new videos. I do have to remember to post links over there, but behind a couple of days this week because we didn't have power at the beginning of the week. This is actually coming from the South China Morning Post. Maybe they're helping Tencent make that acquisition faster. I don't know. Japanese PM Ishiba condemns Assassin's Creed video game over cultural disrespect of shrine. The Prime Minister criticized AC Shadows for cultural disrespect, sparking debate on historical accuracy in the game's portrayal of shrines. And that's not it. Actually, I'm hearing that Japanese players are upset about Nobunaga's sister being romanceable. Is that a word? Romanceable in the game as well. And there are just a lot of things that they've gotten wrong. I mean, just a multitude of things they've gotten wrong. I thought they had people that were familiar with Japanese history and Japanese culture working on this game, or did they fire them and just keep the Sweet Baby Inc. people on? I mean, what the hell? So yeah, this is coming from China. The release of the latest video game in the blockbuster Assassin's Creed series has ignited controversy in Japan, prompting their prime minister to assert that the country will not tolerate any acts of cultural disrespect following backlash over its portrayal of a real-life Shinto shrine. So AC Shadows, the latest installment in the hugely successful historical action game franchise by Ubisoft, was launched on Thursday. Early previews of the game, set during the Sengoku or Warring State period of 15th and 16th century Japan. I do not know Japanese history very well, so if I'm mangling things, forgive me for that. I'm not versed in my feudal Japan history, and neither is Ubisoft. So clearly Ubisoft does not pay attention to the details either. It's drawn criticism over allegations of historical inaccuracy and cultural insensitivity. This is what the prime minister said. He said, "It's natural to have respect for the culture and religion of a country, and it's important to send out the message that we will not tolerate any acts that do not respect the culture and religion of a country." So it went to Parliament. This damn video game went to Parliament. The prime minister called them out. That's not a good look, Ubisoft. That's really not a good look. You've just created an international incident. What the hell? So Ishiba was responding to a question from another lawmaker of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party. Again, I am not going to pretend to know anything about Japanese politics. About the government's stance on the game's unauthorized use of a shrine's name. Controversy erupted after a promotional video showed players in the game destroying the interior of the shrine. In the worship hall of the shrine, which appears in the game under its real name, the protagonist, a samurai, smashes drums, sacred mirrors, and an altar. So that'd be like tearing up, I don't know, St. Patrick's Cathedral or something, which some people would be okay with, I guess, but tearing up the Vatican. I mean, it's like, he slashes at people who appear to be priests, shoots arrows, and engages in other violent acts, they said. Adding that he expressed concern about potential copycat crimes in real life. The Prime Minister said he would consult ministers to address public concerns. Graffiti on shrines is out of the question. It's nothing but an insult to the country. The lawmaker said the shrine's chief priest informed him that the company did not obtain permission to use his name. They didn't obtain permission to do a lot of things. There are a lot of things that they steal a flag from a historical reenactment group. I mean, they just like did whatever the hell they wanted to do. And the thing is that like, I get this is technically not historically accurate, but they said that they were going to be culturally sensitive. They said that they had, where are their sensitivity readers, right? Where are their consultants? Is this like Lord of the Rings? Like the people that actually knew what they're talking about, they just fired them all because they didn't agree that Yasuke was a real person? I mean, what the hell happened here? So the deputy economic minister emphasized that permission must be obtained from the IP holder before using the name for commercial purposes. So they used the name of the shrine, they tore up the shrine, and they didn't even get permission for it. If the shrine consults us, we will work with relevant ministries and agencies to respond appropriately. The game also featured Yasuke, a historical figure celebrated in pop culture as the first samurai of African descent. However, little historical documentation survives regarding his life, including whether he was even considered a samurai. He was believed to have arrived in Japan from Mozambique with Portuguese priests in 1580 and later served Oda Nobunaga, a feudal lord known for unifying Japan. The decision to make Yasuke as the game's hero is also drawing criticism, as many believed it was inappropriate to make a foreigner protagonist in a game about Japanese history. God, there's so much going on. So yeah, apparently they have to patch it. Amid Japan concern about Assassin's Creed Shadows, Ubisoft confirms day one patch that makes tables and racks and temples and shrines indestructible. Why did they think this was a good idea? Why did they think making this game was a good idea? So Assassin's Creed Shadows day one patches have players can no longer get stuck inside movable objects after dodging forward. Okay. Fix for procedural weapons being removed incorrectly when selling items. Okay. Adjustments to prevent players from going out of bounds. Improved horse navigation, lighting adjustments for caves and stuff, fixes for cloth clippings and Yasuke's outfits while riding. Citizens without weapons no longer bleed when attacked, reducing unintentional blood spill in temples and shrines. Tables and racks now indestructible. Wow, this is not good. This is not good. The prime minister said, yeah, defacing a shrine is out of the question. In real life, politicians acknowledge there should be freedom of expression, but we need to respect the boundaries there. Yeah, they're pissed. So let's go out to Steam DB here. Assassin's Creed Shadows, this is launch day, and it's got 39,000 players currently. And, War Thunder's got 84,000. Grand Theft Auto 5 Legacy has 92,000. No, it's got 70,000. War Thunder's got 65,000. I was looking at the wrong column there. What we got? Helldivers has 73,000 people on. Rust has 134,000 people on. Marvel Rivals, 147,000 people on. I don't know how this is going to go for them. I mean, this game has to be the biggest thing ever. Now, this is just the PC version. You know, we're not talking consoles, so it might be doing better on the consoles, but those aren't great numbers. They're not the worst. I mean, trust me, there are a lot of other games out there at Concord that did a lot worse at launch, but damn, you know, it's not even, this is like the top 10. Well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about what, top 20? Yeah, it's not great. It's really not great. Yasuke Simulator though, it's only $3. I should pick this one up. But it only had 100 people playing it. What a failure. I might have to make it 101. So there we go, guys. That's not looking too good on that front. But let's talk about this. This is where it gets really, really interesting. I mean, the whole situation's interesting, right? But Nobunaga's sister, right? Apparently Yasuke can nail her. That's an option. You can romance her. I don't know if you can do it in the shrine or not, but it's like they're just, God, they are really just digging themselves a deeper hole. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this scene.
Here we are, alone at last. Yes, I don't know what to say.
I do.
I thought she was very married.
Someone once said it like this. You are a daimyo's daughter, and I am just a samurai.
Not just. Never just.
Let's enjoy the moment. Oh boy. Why do we have to add romance in Assassin's Creed at all? Like, why do we have to do that? Can we get Tenchu 3?
Lady Oichi, I have learned something in my battles. Time is a veil. Tomorrow is an illusion.
And all we have left is here and now.
Did they do it? Oh, he wakes up to pussy. I think they did it. I think they totally did it. Oh boy. Where'd she go? Like Ron Mexico here, actually confirmed it was created as an erotic fantasy sim for Montreal women. Oh, they're so effed. I can smell the Japanese preparing their lawyers. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's going to get potentially banned. I don't know if the patch is going to save it. Now, I did hear from a friend of the channel who lives in Japan, and he wrote yesterday and said that he went to the game shop and he asked how things were going, how sales were going, and apparently the owner of the shop or the clerk at the shop just kind of shook their head and it was like, yeah, this isn't good. This isn't good. So I don't think they're going to sell a lot of copies of this in Japan. There we go, guys. A huge failure for Ubisoft. I don't think it's going to pull the numbers they need it to pull, and I think that's going to be it. I think that's going to be it for them. They're going to get sold off, I believe, to Tencent, and I can't imagine anybody keeping the family in charge, the French family in charge, because they're the ones who keep making these dumb decisions. Going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We will talk later.